Hi, I'm Jayinplaytrader. I'm creating free video content teaching people how to trade Betfair absolutely for free. If you're enjoying my videos or you're learning from them, please support me back by hitting the subscribe button, and also don't forget to hit the like button on any videos you watch. This will enable me to create more free content for you so you can learn, become a better trader. Best of luck in the markets.
So, Cheltenham Festival, day 4, final day, Gold Cup day. I'm not overly excited about it, to be honest with you. Cheltenham Festival has been great to me the last few days. Made a little bit on Monday. Tuesday, first day of the week. Tuesday. I made a little bit on Tuesday. Wednesday, I traded badly and ended up having a big loss of about 90 quid, I think, for kindness. Thursday was okay. It was a losing day overall, but that's because I had a lane low strategy, which I expect to get caught out sort of about 1 in 4 races on that strategy, which is that's fine because it still makes it profitable. But not including that, it was only a few quid, really, about 20 quid profit, and so I'm not really looking forward to today. I'm finding the markets a bit just too buttoned up, a bit like pre-races they are now, with money both sides of the book, waiting to get matched until it's too late for me to trade, and they're just not moving around enough for me to make much money. But we'll look at it anyway. I'm doing this little video post for the festival, so I better continue it on, I suppose. Elsewhere, I will also be looking at other markets throughout the day. We've got Fakenham, a small little track, not too far away from where I live, and weirdly enough, I tend to do well at Fakenham. I think I've got something like about 100% record, or not far off it, certainly over 95% record at Fakenham. And then we've also got Doncaster today. And if I fancy looking at the evening races, that would be using a different strategy. There's also Newcastle and Wolverhampton.
Market suspended.
So there are plenty of opportunities
Market
to make money today.
in play.
And let's see, I'm not sure that Cheltenham Festival will be where I'm actually making money, but we'll have a little look anyway. Enjoy the festival, enjoy the races regardless.
Ikari Alen and Ilete Tomp is keen over on the inside, really under a stranglehold in these early stages. Vauban is handy, and they're followed by Lunar Power with towards the outside.
Ogly doggly
Is Ages of Man.
So these markets are bounced a little bit now.
Night Salute towards the back with Teddy Blue.
Markets off to the
is the
third
back marker, and Dr. Parnassus is held up towards the rear as well.
That first
And it's
few percent of the race.
and Fedor that lead the field towards flight number 2. Ikari Alen in third, Vauban in fourth. Ilete Tomp has got his head down now and throwing it about a lot earlier on, followed by Pied Piper as they move on to this flight.
It's a bit loud in my ear, so I'm just going to turn this down a bit.
2, Fedor on the outside of Porticello as they race in front of a capacity crowd. 4 lengths clear of Ikari Alen back in third. Vauban is fourth. Then Ilete Tomp on the inside of Pied Piper. Then Lunar Power from Night Salute and Dr. Parnassus. Teddy Blue on the inside under restraint from Coy Dodhill and Ages of Man.
I thought they would be. I thought we'd get matched a hell of a lot quicker.
Into the back straight.
But there's still a lot of small bets coming in.
3 flights of hurdles to cross.
There's been a few times where it's taken
and
me a
Jamie
few
Moore
to get
on the inside.
Random money here. They
Davy
took that
Russell
95 and that 100
they've got 4 lengths on the
100
field.
odd pound there.
Alen
See how slowly they are. I know they're slightly outside the price, but not by much.
Outside, clearing this one
Look how slowly they are to get
matched.
matched. I mean, that money's been taken out and been put back in by different
and then
people,
Dr.
granted.
Parnassus as they continue along the
So they
back
got matched
straight.
then.
Night Salute towards the
The
inside.
price is coming in, fair enough, but it took a while, you know.
And Ages of Man clearing flight number
And you can
4.
look at other figures
on their way slightly uphill towards the next.
these monies just aren't going as good as I thought
they're
they
still
would
locked
be.
together, stride for
They're really
stride,
not.
going towards this one, and both jump it well. Vauban jumping well as well on the outside of Ikari Alen, and they're followed by Lete Tomp and then Pied Piper, Lunar Power, and then Dr. Parnassus towards the outside as they swing left-handed going up the hill. Still towards the back, Night Salute is locked away towards the inside of Lunar Power, and then back then to Coy Dodville, Teddy Blue, and Ages of Man. This is the third last they're coming to.
But it's not a lot, you know.
From the finish. Porticello and Fedor again in the air together. Porticello came up well there for Jamie Moore. Ikari Alen in third.
Got to be careful when you're
Vauban on
looking
the
at lane.
outside.
The horses out in front.
By Ilete Tomp and Pied Piper, who's travelled well. Behind
beauty of
these
the
is
race.
Dr.
There's a
Parnassus.
lot of
Knight
time left at the
Salute is to
moment.
the inside then of Luna Power. Coy Dodville
The race will probably
towards the
finish
back
about
still.
here.
Teddy Blue and Age of Man.
I'm out of here,
Ages
man.
of Man as they run at the top of the hill and about to run downhill and on towards the
But look,
second last. A
£4,
wide
£7,
open
not
race
getting that.
still.
Haven't put more than
Plenty
15
going
quid.
well at this stage as
I
they
just
start
don't.
towards the second last. And it's Porticello and the yellow jacket on the inside of the red and white jacketed Fedor. They're tracked by Ikari Alen, green and yellow hoops. And then Vauban in the pink with the green spots over. Two out, Fedor and Porticello.
Got a couple of
Vauban
extra ticks
looking
there.
a threat now
I'm
in
out of here,
third. Then
man.
Pied Piper in the white cap has come through just to the outside of Ikari Alen. Dr. Parnassus and Ilete Tomp as they straighten up now on the long run to the final flight. Porticello coming under pressure. Fedor just about the leader. Vauban cruising up on the left. And then in behind these is Pied Piper with a good run too.
Right, it's too late for me now.
And Ilete Tomp. And there's six in
What
line
have I
as they
done here?
race on to the final flight. But Vauban seems to be going best under Paul Townend. He hasn't moved much, approaching the last. And Vauban now begins to assert up over the last. Vauban a little untidy. Pied Piper and Fedor, they're battling on well in the red and whites, but Vauban finds
So
more now
if you watch
and
going in
kicks
that final
away
stages,
and up
you
the
can
hill.
really get caught out.
Vauban wins the JCB
Unexpected
Triumph
happening.
Hurdle. Tie for
Market
second, Fedor on the
suspended.
near side of Pied Piper, and a gap back to Ikari Alen in fourth.
You do tend to find unexpected things happening all the time. So yeah, with that race, just not a lot of opportunities for me. It takes too long before I can spot an opportunity. When there is an opportunity, the market's not moving around enough. So I'm struggling just to get 4 ticks. And a lot of races, when it gets towards the end, I'm looking for 6 to 10 ticks. That's how I make profits. All those extra ticks make a huge difference. The difference between getting 6 ticks and 4 ticks is an extra 50% in profit, if you see what I mean. And then if you're getting 10 ticks over 4 ticks, but it's an extra 150% on top. So it makes a huge difference. I'm just not being able to get these big drifts in these markets, unfortunately. They're just too buttoned up for me there. I think Cheltenham Festival is more suitable, definitely, to pre-race traders who can get big stakes through, but only for people with big stakes, really. If you're trying to trade it with small stakes, you're just going to queue and queue and queue for ages to get your money through while everyone else is getting their big stakes through. So even the people with the bigger stakes are probably not getting many trades through, just probably 1 or 2, or maybe 3 or 4. But you know, in sort of 3 minutes pre-race, or maybe probably longer actually, probably a lot longer because it's on them 7 minutes or so. But they're probably only getting 3 or 4 most through because they're all the queue time and position. So for me, it's not really for me. But I do enjoy the festival, hence why we are trading it and watching it. I'm going to move on and look at the other meetings in between. I won't be filming. Well, I will be filming them for my own personal use, but unless there's something special, that won't head into this video. Apart from the results at the end of the day. Let's move.
Going to lead over flight number 1, chased by my mate Mozzie. And then it cleared a Beaufort towards the centre. Nose-banded Boer Boy out wide of Irascible. Jesse Evans is on the far side, pretty handy with First Street. And then followed by Colonel Mustard and Felix Deji as they make their way towards the second flight. Cormier is towards the outside of.
So this is race 2 at
Dokily.
day 4. I've just, if you like, I've just pulled faking them. We'll just try the tenner and a few quid elsewhere as well. So I'm finding them markets. Looking at them, they're a lot more suited to my style of trading. I wouldn't normally be trading Cheltenham if it wasn't Cheltenham and markets were acting like this. I'd be skipping this meeting out and I'd be trading the other 2. To be honest with you, but it's because it's Cheltenham and because it's such high liquidity, and I'm doing it really for shits and giggles now, I think, and just like this video compilation. But as a trader, you've got to really look at where your strong points are, cut out that where your weak points are. So if you've got weak tracks, weak type of races, for me, I can't trade like this on short races, for example. Cut them all out. And if you cut out your losing areas and focus on where you're more likely to profit, you'll end up successful. A lot of people overtrading don't do that. But I am overtrading, if you like, by looking at these markets. Can't see much movement in there for now. You can see like they're buttoned up. Where elsewhere at this stage, I've got markets bouncing around by 3 or 4 ticks. Faking them just now, they're bouncing around by 4 to 6 ticks at this sort of stage of the race. So obviously I can get my profits in and out a lot easier, even though there's a lot more money being changed over hands here. But we'll have a little look. If I get an opportunity for a trade, I'll put something through throughout the afternoon. If I don't, I'm not going to be too fussed. I'm just going to enjoy the festival, and I hope you enjoy the races. Let's watch what happens. Oh, State Man, by the way, I think it's been held up, isn't it? Oh no, it looks like near the front now. Not sure. There's a few in yellow. Was that statement right back there? But I know the plan was to hold it up until the finish. But let's have a look.
Third last, Stepney Causeway and Eclair de Beaufort are going to take this practically together from I Like to Move It over in third, and then My Mate Mozzie, followed by Colonel Mustard, Boer Boy on the outside of Irascible, and then behind
look at this, they're just not moving.
Handy on the inside still Felix Deji as they reach the top of the hill.
I'm not overly impressed by the money being matched as well. At £3, 10, 5, 6,
quite well back
5, 6, 0, 1, 9, 15, 4, 3, 2, 7, 2, 2, 1, 0. They're small stakes.
As they now head on down the hill.
What happens to the 50s, 25s, 30s? I expect it to be over there, 117, 38, 61, 24. I was expecting to see stakes like that across the board.
Still right there with Colonel Mustard. Cormier with a bit of a run. Boer Boys out wide. And then Tempo Chapter 2 over the second last. And Eclair de Beaufort led there under Jordan Gameford. The faller was Castmate and running towards the final turn.
Now they're starting to move a little bit.
2 or 3 lengths on them here. Eclair de Beaufort on turn in, chased by Colonel
But, you know, we're getting quite late already.
Of horses with chances. Cormier,
87
package coming there
wonderful.
with State Man towards the left. On the far side then, in the centre, My Mate Mozzie, West Cork with his bid. It's State Man cruising up with surprise package. And Colonel Mustard, West Cork, First Street, Bally Adam.
And now it's too late for me to trade.
Mozzie and Colonel Mustard and State Man now heading on together as they approach the final flight. State Man up and over. State Man led the way. Colonel Mustard hanging there. First Street runs on well, then West Court and surprise package. Oh, State Man looks ahead of the handicapper here.
Well
He's
done,
kept 2
State
lengths clear. First Street giving chase, but not enough. State Man, too good.
Market suspended.
Second, back in third, Colonel Mustard, West Cork and Bally Adam, followed home by Felix Deji.
I'm really pleased with that result, not for my trading. Obviously, you can see I could only get a little bit through. I only managed to pick up 4 ticks with a small stake. Literally just put a tenner through. It's all like that too for 90p profit. But you know, you're better off to not have. If you can't make a profit, try not to make a loss. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with a scratch. But I'm really pleased with the result for the punters. State Man, a lot of people would have backed that. So you know that was a favourite for damn good reason, and it's one that a lot of people would have backed. And it's at a decent price. It wasn't like odds on sort of thing. But yeah, I reckon the bookies might have got hit on that one. So that's pretty good to see. Anyway, let's move on. I'm going to move on to the other ones, which you probably won't see. They might, if I do put them online, they'll be in a separate video. But I'll do a compilation of my lay and low strategies as well coming up soon for everyone to see how that works. Right.
And this time they're away.
Market suspended.
For the Albert Bartlett novices.
Market
starting
in
off
play.
In the back straight, Staghorn on the inside of Bardenstown Lad. Chantreux, classic getaway, handy a little wider.
So this is the third race of the afternoon at the Cheltenham Festival on Gold Cup day, day 4. So far the market's been moving how I like. You can see they sort of are now a little bit, but that's just because the horses are finding their positions, and markets often do that. For me, it's not a time to trade at the start, because if you haven't done research, because you haven't on this on cold trading, then you could accidentally lay a front runner and end up with a big loss. So I tend to just wait and cut that percentage off of the race. But if the markets bounce around like they are at the moment, we may well be able to get some trades throughout this. That's what I like to see. On Hillcrest there, you know, they've been moving around so much that you could really get some money through, but will it continue? We'll see. And you can see like Ginto, is that really moving? Not much. It's quite buttoned up. Look, it hasn't moved for ages. And tick value, 1 tick, 2 ticks. So that's not suitable for me. I'm looking for 4 ticks plus when I trade. So that's why these markets aren't really suitable for me. But it is Cheltenham, so let's try and enjoy it.
Ramillies on the outside, light blue jacket, Marla's Mission on the inside. And then back in the field to Hillcrest, where it all began. Green Book, Good Time Johnny, Eric Bloodaxe and Ballygriffin Cottage. So about to run downhill now towards the next flight on this first circuit. And Staghorn and Nick Schofield on the inside of in the red, white and blue classic getaway.
So it's early on, so I'm quite happy to go in there at the moment. I'm going to lower the price
and then
to lower my
Ginto in that red cap towards the inside.
liability.
Staghorn wavering going into that flight, but jumped it very
well. I'm also concerned about queue positioning.
Just behind the leaders, then Chantreux on the outside, then the
That
Nice
price has gone
Guy,
right away from me now,
followed by
so
Marla
I'll cancel it
Mission, Ramillies, Bardenstown Lad the inside, and they're followed by Where It All Began.
All the rest of the runners
is
in this
still
race
well
are
back
just
in the
too
field
high a
from Good
prices
Time
for me to
Johnny,
even consider
and then
at this
Eric
moment. So
Bloodaxe.
it's a problem when you've got a lot of runners in a race as well.
Ballygriffin Cottage, the back marker. Up the home straight on the run towards the one flight in the home straight. Staghorn is joined by Classic Getaway. These two, Classic Getaway just going on from Staghorn. On the outside, Manila Kakuna. Ginto is fourth, far side of Brawson. And then Chantreux as they jump this one, followed by Marla Mission and the Nice Guy together.
I kind of just missed getting matched there. Trying to get bottom of the market. Bear in mind, we're not even halfway through the race yet, if you look at the race timer. So I'm quite happy to sit with that there.
Who just improves a place. Then Where It All Began and Good Time Johnny, Green Book, Eric Bloodaxe, Ballygriffin Cottage. Into the back straight, and Classic Getaway has got across now towards the inside ahead of Staghorn, with Manila Kakuna racing strongly on the outside. Brawson is still handy. Then Ginto the inner, Chantreux and Marla Mission on towards the next flight.
Price is creeping, so
I
want it to bounce, so and not creep down. When it creeps down, it depends on the market's going to come in, and that's what I thought. And now we'd be looking at a loss if we stayed in. So it was the right move to
the leader dives at that one, was long. Just about got away with it, stumbled slightly on landing.
Price has gone out again.
He's okay, he's going on strongly still under Paul Town. In a bit of a scare there as they jump the next. Ginto wasn't great at that flight as they continue up the hill, and it's Manila Kakuna from Brawson, Chantreux.
So we can always go in again.
The Nice Guy is quite close up. Staghorn just pushed along. Marla Mission to the inside.
So this kind of movements I like to see now. Don't have to set the ladders to get whoever's
well out of it and looks like being pulled up. A very disappointing run as they go towards the third last. Brawson and Manila Kakuna. Manila Kakuna into it and jumps it brilliantly this time from Brawson.
I tried to cancel that off.
Where it all began.
I'm out of here, man.
On the far side of the course, some of them getting remote. Staghorn.
Not interested in it. I've cancelled it off. 600 put me off.
And it's Manila Kakuna who leads the way by a half length to Brawson, and Jamie Moore running a big race. Chantreux is in third, then Ginto in fourth. The Nice Guy, Bardenstown Lad, Marla Mission, then Ramillies towards outside. Good Time Johnny, Green Book, and
still
then
quite a bit of time left in this race.
Where it all began as they start on down the hill towards the second last. Manila Kakuna and Brawson are 1 and 2. Chantreux, and then behind these is the Nice Guy. Ginto on the right in the red cap. Here it is, 2 out. Manila Kakuna up and over, but only narrowly from Brawson. Ginto
and the rest of it. Look how long it's taken to get that stake out.
Wide coming there very strongly is the Nice Guy under Sean O'Keefe, and 5 kicking away though. Ramillies, the grey, is also staying on well from the back of the field. Manila Kakuna, Townend making a beeline for this stands rail again, and he leads the way. Switching now is the Nice Guy.
Sure I am.
Then in behind these is Ramillies, who stayed on well. Brawson with not much more to give. On the far side is Green Book with a bit of a late run, and it's now coming to the last. The Nice Guy taking on Manila Kakuna. It's Willie Mullins, the Willie Mullins show yet again. Manila Kakuna on the near side of the Nice Guy.
Win it?
Jumped it a little quicker. The Nice Guy leads the way now from Manila Kakuna up the hill. The Nice Guy, Sean O'Keefe, in the colours of Malcolm Denmark, clearing away, and the Nice Guy wins the Albert Bartlett. Manila Kakuna in second.
Market suspended.
Lad running on into third, and then Ballygriffin Cottage for fourth, ahead of Green Book and Ramillies.
Okay, so we're quite lucky to get matched when we did then, to be fair. It's the problem with Cheltenham. It's just too small a window for me from when the prices are totally buttoned up to that bit of movement to when you get into that red zone. And we only just got out. I mean, they're long races. When they're 3 miles, I can go a little bit in cutting 20% off. So 20% of 3 miles is what? That's it's almost half a mile, isn't it? 20, what's that? That's it's been 24 furlongs. 24 furlongs, so that will be 20% of that, a fifth of that. God. So yeah, about half a mile. About half a mile, just over half a mile. So I'm cutting out on there. So I can cut off a little, go a little bit into it. But you can see, like, I just got out at the right time. I was about to take a £15 loss. It was gutting because you could see again that my exit got matched a couple of times, but I couldn't get the full stake out. And I expected to get bigger stakes through, and it's just not happening, which is getting me into a bit of trouble. 3 attempts it took for that price. 3 times I had to be hit to get just that stake out. And it wasn't that a huge stake, you know, it was only about 30 quid or something. So, yeah, not all that great. I did get 10 out of it. I nearly took £15 loss. I could see the price was moving up, and I was pretty sure I would get matched, so I hung on for a second. As we got to that red zone, a little bit further in, when the 2 horses were running off together, I would have had to taken a loss. I wouldn't have wanted that to get up to a big loss. But yeah, it's not great trading. It's a bit too risky for my liking, Cheltenham, and I'm only doing it really for the sake of the video. It'll be a pretty boring video if I don't attempt any trades, as I've started this for the festival. But anyway, I hope you're enjoying it. I am enjoying watching the racing. You know what I mean?
Ahead of Galvin. Out wider is Album Photo and I Right, and they're followed back in the field by A Plutar, Protectorate, Royal Pagaille, and towards the rear now Tornado Flyer and Chantry House still towards the inside. So heading towards the back straight for the first time. And it's Asterion
so the Cheltenham Gold Cup,
who leads the way
big race of the afternoon.
Second. I Right is on the outside.
I don't expect many opportunities for me. This is a spectator sport.
Manila Indo as they jump this downhill plain fence, and that was
I've just picked up a nice bit of money helping.
Nearly cannoned into Santini.
At the other 2 meetings.
On the outside. Manila Indo, Album Photo.
And for me, they were really easy markets to profit from in comparison to these. So my conclusion is that the window of opportunity at Cheltenham for me, for my style of trading, is just too small, which can lead to dangers or me just not getting an opportunity. That this market here,
Galvin on the inside, and then the outside
on a plus charge, is like
Yellow Jacket Protectorate,
acting as if it's pre-race. It's so buttoned up.
Red, white sash, blue catches to
you
the
could scalp that for one.
On the rail,
a pre-race trader could probably scalp that for one and keep scalping for one at this stage.
Heading uphill now towards an open ditch.
Look at them. They're not hardly moving.
With I Right putting in a good jump on the outside, landing with Asterion for launch.
I'm not going to go in play for 1 tick. It's not worth it. I'd
fourth on the outside
trade pre-race if I wanted to do that.
As they approach a plain fence, and then
I want 4 ticks or more when I trade.
And Galvin clearing this one.
The fact that I get 4 ticks or more, usually,
sketchy at the back, as
unless I'm scratching or taking a loss, obviously, is what makes me able to make large profits from a small bank. I don't normally use a £150 bank, for example. I don't normally need to. £100 is ample for me. £50 I can make money from.
And I Right and Callum Bewley, the rank outsider of the field, the Scottish Raider. I Right leading. Royal Pagaille travels up strongly on the outside under Charlie Deutsch now in the Ritchie colours, followed by Asterion for Longe. They're tracked by Album Photo, the dual winner.
See, there's a little bit of movement here.
On the outside, Manila Indo back on the inside, and then behind these Protectorate. They're tracked by Galvin towards the inside of A Plutar and Rachel Blackmore, Tornado Fire, and Chantry House is just the back marker.
15 quid. I just don't dare go much more.
And on towards the next 2 plain fences.
I just can't seem. I'd like to get in and out of the book, in and out of the market, you know, within a couple of seconds. I just can't see it happening.
And all jumping boldly and
not for 4 ticks.
On towards the next. This will be the last after another circuit, and it's I Right
so
and Asterion for Longe and Royal Pagaille who are in the air together. Santini is out wide in 4th place. Then Album Photo in 5th. In sixth
Have a
is
look at the higher
Manila
price
Indo,
horses. What are they
as they
doing?
race in front of the packed enclosures. Behind these then is Protectorate on the outside of Galvin. A Plutard third last, second last Chantry House, and the back marker is Tornado Flyer. They run now
See
into
that
the
Tornado
back
Flyer
straight
hasn't
and on
moved
towards the
out of that
downhill fence
section
once again. And Asterion Forlange driving
where it
up
was
the inside
pre-race,
of I
even
Right.
in play. That is
Royal
crazy.
Pagaille is out wide, taking this one.
It's just
And it was
holding. They're just all
Asterion
holding their
Forlange and I
prices
Right
pretty
in
much.
the
Look,
air together, with Royal Pagaille wider. Out widest of all is
look at the whole
Santini.
movement.
Album Photo and Manila
You see
Indo,
bigger
both
movement
travelling nicely,
in
tracking the leaders. Then
a
Protectorate.
lot of pre-race
Galvin on
markets.
the inside. Galvin arsed up there on the
You know,
inside by
so
Davy Russell at the water jump. And behind these at the back,
it's quite
Tornado
crazy,
Flyer,
really.
Chantry House switched out wider, Plutard held up behind them, an open ditch, reaching for a Asterion Forlange. They're all safely over, and they're all still standing
Absolutely
as they head
crazy.
on towards the next fence. And this is Asterion Forlange on the inside.
I'm out of here, man.
Right, arsed up Asterion
I don't know if
Forlange.
many of the
And the
professional
tab is
pre-race
being
traders attack
gradually
these.
turned on now. I Right, Royal Pagaille.
I would be tempted to
Santini's
if I was
on
a
the
pre-race trader.
outside. On the inside,
But it's
Manila
just
Indo.
not for my
And then
style.
behind
Really
is
isn't.
Album Photo. Here's an open ditch. This is 6 out. Asterion Forlange from
Market's
Royal
thin down
Pagaille.
here,
I
that,
Right.
which could mean
And
it
in
could move
third, Manila
quickly.
Indo. Santini out wide of these. Album Photo Protectorate.
Where
Then
are we on the
Plutard
time?
and Galvin. Tornado Fly. Chantry House is being pulled up at the fifth last. Asterion Forlange is taken on by Royal Pagaille. Charlie Deutsch on Royal Pagaille. On
Just
the
no,
outside
hardly
of
any
Brian
movement.
Cooper on Asterion Forlange. Santini and Nick Schofield. Manila Indo and Robbie Power right
I'm
there.
out of here,
And then
man.
out wide of these, Album Photo and Paul Townend at the fourth last. Asterion Forlange a much better jump than Royal Pagaille, who took a real chance. Manila Indo now coming there
140.
strongly. An open
Woohoo!
race, followed by Album Photo. Protectorate getting into the race under Harry Skelton on the outside. Then Galvin, Plutard and Santini. This is the
Sucker.
third last.
In the red
Asterion
zone, no
Forlange just
opportunities for
about
me,
the
but let's
first
enjoy the rest
to
of the
run
race.
from Royal Pagaille rallying, but
Who's the money
Manila
on?
Indo has now come through to lead. Last year's winner, Manila Indo, sent on by Robbie Power, chased by Asterion Forlange. Then Royal Pagaille, Album
Still,
Photo
what, they got
making a
4
run.
furlongs left to race?
Protectorate on the outside and Plutard, but Manila Indo is the one to catch.
See, now the
as they
markets
race
are
towards
moving,
the second
but we're
last.
deep in that
Manila
red zone.
Indo
Too
has
dangerous
kicked
for me.
3 lengths clear. Plutard now chasing over in second. Protectorate in third on the outside, in between the final 2 fences, and Plutard is cutting Manila Indo back. The first 2 from last year, they're going to jump the last together, and it's Plutard who got away much quicker, and Plutard is storming up the hill, 6-7 lengths clear in the hands of Rachel Blackmore. She won the champion hurdle on Tuesday, the Grand National last year, and now it's the Gold Cup. Plutard, a runaway
Market
winner
suspended.
from
Bless her.
Manila Indo in second place, possibly third. Protectorate racing between Royal
Well done,
Pagaille on the
Rachel.
far side and Galvin, followed home by Album Photo, and then Asterion Forlange, Santini, and I Right.
Well, I enjoyed that.
The sweetest revenge for Plutard on his stable companion Manila Indo, and Rachel
I won it by
Blackmore
miles as well.
continues to rewrite the record books. A champion hurdle on Honeysuckle last year, and this a Grand National on Manila Times, and now a Gold Cup for one of the preeminent jockeys of her generation, and someone who has done so much for women, not just in horse racing but in all sports. The brilliant Blackmore has smuggled Plutard into the race, and when hitting the front, he is drawn right away, like very
she done well.
much the best. Brilliantly trained by Henry de Bromhead, who yet again completes the champion hurdle Gold Cup double.
Yeah, so that was quite exciting to watch. Not exciting to trade at all. You can see like these just don't suit me. And something that I was just saying to someone in an email yesterday, that you really do have to pick your forte when you're learning how to trade. If you're out there thinking, how am I going to approach the markets? You've got to remember all the markets are different. They act differently from one day to the next, from one meeting to the next. When you first look at trading, you're just seeing a couple of numbers flying up and down, and they all look the same, but they honestly do trade so differently. And Cheltenham just isn't for my style of trading. Obviously, it is very big for a lot of people's style of trading, but it just doesn't work for me. I've just pulled in more money on the 2 smaller meetings than what I have done on two races just by scalping. than what I have done over the whole festival, scalping Cheltenham, to give you an idea. So there it is. Anyway, we'll watch the last couple of races, and I hope you had a winner there.
Thanks, Nick. And they're off. And
Market suspended.
To join the others, but he has
Market in play
as they go towards the first fence, and it is Cousin Pascal.
So the 10 past 4 on Cheltenham Gold Cup day, the Friday, 4th day of the festival.
As they go over the first, Cousin Pascal was the leader, and a couple of them nearly went there. Great recoveries for.
I don't expect much difference from the other races, really. We'll see if there's much more movement. There might be more movement.
Don Bursey has moved
more
through
horses.
to almost lead over
However,
fence number 2, at which
a lot of them are big prices, and I don't really like the high liability.
Now the back marker. So it's Don Bursey.
I don't want to go in at 9s, but I could be tempted to trade something at 10s because you get the extra profit, 0.5 a tick rather than 0.2. But 0.2 a tick, I've got much lower liquidity, much lower liability, and the same amount of profits per tick as if I was to trade down at 6. So that's why I don't really like it. Trading around the sort of above the 8 mark.
With a clear advantage. All the leaders jumped it well. They're all safely over. With
so something to consider. It's a little bit of movement, but you can see that if you look at wing leader, it's a very tight window that is traded in and out of at the moment. So I can't see this moving much, which is making it hard for me to make profits. I would need to use large stakes, which then and maybe picking up a tick or two, which is not my cup of tea.
By about 4 lengths to Mighty Stowaway on the inside, who jumped it in second position.
Let's have a look at something else.
Outside is Winged Leader, who's got the nose band. He's just in front of Dubai Quest, who angles a little wide now for clear sailing as they go.
So I'm nearly up to 75 quid for the day, but most of that money has come from elsewhere.
They work their way now up towards the top of the hill and on now towards another open ditch, which will be fence number 7.
So there's still not a lot of movement on this run. It's gone out a bit, but you see this pre-race, you really do.
Mighty Stowaway was over in third position. There was a mistake by Bob and Co.
Quite a bit of quick movement on wing leader.
As they now go continuing up the hill and on towards fence number 8. Don Bursey, Wing Leader, the first 2. Mighty Stowaway, and then out wide is Dubai Quest together with Lord Schnitzel. There was a peck on landing there by Cousin Pascal, who shuffled back.
A little bit of money on Bob and Co. was sort of
is making ground
above a chunk of money.
That leading group followed by Billaway, who's racing just better than midfield. Back bar on that one's inside as they race now over the fence, taken right at the top of the hill. Don Bursey was the leader, and we've lost one there. Down is Bob and Co. Bob and Co. has gone.
We didn't get matched.
Top of the hill. Bob and Co. came.
We got matched just before it fell. Would have been alright.
So they make the run down.
Same situation here. That the money is sort of sitting around where it was trading pre-race.
On the inside of Lord Schnitzel with Dubai Quest out a little bit wider. Billaway getting closer with Pont Avon with the white cheek pieces. Then towards the inside, Cousin
watching the race timer, obviously, to see where we are through the race.
On the inside is Back Bar. Pushed along already is Mombeg Chit Chat as they now race to the bottom of the hill. Senor Lombardi making ground on the outside. There's a break then after the main body of the field to Overworked Underpaid, who races alongside Rewrite the Rules.
We're not even halfway stage yet.
Home straight for the first time, totally tailed off now at the back of the field is Premier Magic. He's struggling very
So the market has turned this into a 2-horse race with one horse that's got a chance, and then the rest of according to the market, apart from Mid-White Stowaway, nothing else has got a chance. Is the view of the public. Look.
In the rear division, pulled up at that next fence was Premier Magic. Premier Magic has been pulled up. So they make the run now out into the country in the St James's Place Festival Challenge Open Hunters Chase, and it is Don
just going to
Bursey
reset the ladders.
To on the inside,
So we've got everything in price
second.
order.
Wing Leader in third and Lord Schnitzel in fourth. Dubai Quest on the outside is racing in fifth. Cousin Pascal is in sixth. Billaway is racing in seventh. Senor
I like to be in and out the markets in a flash, and the problem with this is that I need to be in longer, and the window of opportunity is smaller, so it's just not great trading opportunity for me, not for my style. I'm not saying it's not for other people that trade it in a different way to me, but for me it's not brilliant. Now that's why I want to get matched. You see I am getting matched both sides of the book in an instant. I didn't even see that the price go in. It didn't sit there, but unfortunately we only got matched for a couple of quid. At least we know we're front of the queue.
Who's been ridden along. Dubai Quest plotting a wide course but getting closer, and so too is Lord Schnitzel as they go over another open.
But look, I'm not. The price isn't moving, so I'm just going to see if I can get it out there.
Pretty hard. as they now go on towards the next plain one, which is the 16th. Don Bursey on the inside of Winglead,
And
the
this is the
first
problem,
two.
you see.
Quest over in third. A mistake in fifth by Lord Schnitzel.
And hang on a
as they
minute,
crossed
but
over
not too
that.
long.
And now they take a slight dog leg
We
turn,
start
and
breaking
pulling
that
up at the back
6
of the field is
regularly. I need
overworked,
to think about
underpaid.
getting out
He's been
somewhere.
pulled up at the back of the field. They go now towards the open
Yeah.
ditch. The 17th Winged Leader has jumped to the lead over Don Bursey, who hit that fence in second, and now he's been engulfed by a couple around the outside. You by Quest, Lord Schnitzel, Mighty Stowaway, then Pont Avon.
Looks like it's going
the
out.
rider of Don Bursey.
Oh,
Was
that greed gonna? Am I gonna regret that
as
greed?
they now go over the next, and it was Winged Leader and Barry
I'm outta
O'Neill
here,
who
man.
have got the lead now. To on the
I'm watching
outside,
the race
Dubai
time, and I
Quest
really
Gina
do need to
Andrews.
consider getting
Lord
out at lower
Schnitzel
price
and
now.
Chris O'Donovan, and then on the inside, Mighty Stowaway and Jamie Codd, followed by Pont Avon and Alex Chadwick racing in fifth. Billaway, Patrick Mullins in sixth as they go
Part
over
of
the
it
fence
out.
right at the top of the hill. Next to the field is Senor Lombardi, and now they begin to make the run down towards the third from home.
Sucker.
And it is Winged Leader for Northern Ireland who just has the lead. Mighty Stowaway is there. Then Lord Schnitzel
Come
at
on,
the Mermaid
out.
Island 1, 2 and 3. Dubai Quest on the outside. Billaway is staying on. He's
And
jumped
finally
in
out.
fifth position.
So it's
Pont
just
Avon
not my
was
cup
over
of
in
tea, this
sixth.
trading
Then
lot.
Senor
Now
Lombardi is
is the
in
time that I
seventh,
have
and
to be out. I
everything
can't
else
trade
is
now. So
totally
we've got the
tailed
timing
off.
right.
Most of them pulling up as they begin to make the turn
I'm closing
back
off,
towards
but
home. Wing Leader on the inside and Barry O'Neill
let's
on
get
the
the top
outside.
3
Mighty
in view so you
Stowaway
can
and
see.
Jamie Codd. They're now a long way clear of Billaway and Patrick Mullins in third. In
Surely
fourth is
Billaway can't
Dubai
come up
Quest.
and
Two
catch now, can it?
fences to take in the Fox Hunters, and Wing Leader for Northern Ireland is in front, and he sails over the second from home. It's clear by 4 lengths to Mighty Stowaway in second.
Not understanding why Billaway is such
Continues
a low
to stay
price.
on now. He's challenging for second. He's running out of time to peg back Wing Leader, who comes the
Is he going
final
to catch?
fence. He's still clear by about 5 lengths. Billaway is building
I'm not
better
understanding why
speed
that
in
dropped in so
second.
much. I'm
Mighty
really not.
Stowaway is in
Can't, surely
third.
can't catch
Wing
him there,
Leader
can it?
needs the
Unless there's a
line,
pull.
and now his lead is down to only 3 lengths.
Maybe he
Billaway
will.
continues to surge on the outside.
Maybe he will.
Wing Leader or Billaway. Will the post come in time? It's very tight.
My
Billaway
word.
on the
Market
outside.
suspended.
He may have got there, but it's
I think he
terribly
did,
close.
didn't he?
Billaway on the outside of Wing
He did
Leader,
get there.
followed by Mighty Stowaway. They were
Wow,
a long way
well.
clear of Dubai Quest and Senor Lombardi, and then Pont Avon got home as well.
So that, again, that's a prime example why I don't want to trade in that red zone, because you just never know what can happen. In my eyes, Billaway could never have caught up, and I couldn't understand why the price had come down so low. But obviously, people could see more than what I could.
Market suspended.
And it did have a chance, and it came back and won. So there you go. So cutting out the red zone for me is a must. And yeah, unfortunately, that race has proved it again. Got into a little bit of trouble on the trade we did put through. But, you know, the markets are moving so slow for my liking. I did take some of that money out for a loss, by the way. I didn't know if you noticed. I lowered my liability. I took some of it out, a third of it out, reduced the liability, and then stayed in a little bit longer. But that put my potential loss up closer and further away, higher up where I would break even. But I did that because I thought the price would go out with that much time left, and you could see there was, you know, that red zone on a 3 mile 2 furlong is about 6 furlongs, if you think about it that way, 20% of the race. Yeah, 6 to 36, no bit less than that. So five and a half furlongs that would be. So it's still well over half a mile. 4 furlongs is half a mile, if you're not sure. So plenty of time left, even at that point. But yeah, I'm not enjoying this from a trading point of view, but I'm enjoying watching the festival. Money is coming elsewhere today. Anyway, I'll move on.
Fences ahead of them as they go to the first. Zambella on the inside of Ellie May. Zambella got in a little closer. They were both out jumped by Maida O'Malley. And Maida O'Malley now goes on to Zambella, Ellie May, and then Scarlet and Dove, followed out wide by Pink Legend as they go over fence number 2. At the moment, Concertista is held up at the back.
So we have the penultimate. Get me words out. We have the penultimate race at Cheltenham Festival. TV coverage is now finished, so you kind of expect liquidity to be a little bit lower, but obviously it's still quite high. With the coverage dropping a bit, it might mean that the markets are moving around a little bit more. They are at the moment, but that's probably just because the horses are settling down. I often don't trade at the start of the race for that reason. You see, I've got that cut out. But we'll have a little look. Like I say, I'm not really expecting much out of Cheltenham. It's not suiting what I'm doing. is what have taken me a couple of days to suss out that, you know, I just shouldn't be doing it really, but I'm doing it anyway just to enjoy the festival. So far I've made £86.85 a day, but most of that money has come from elsewhere, trading elsewhere.
In the air over in third place, followed by Scarlet and Dove in fourth, and then Pink Legend, and then on the inside Vienna Court. As
There is
they go
movement
over
here.
the next fence down this section of the track. Mount Ida is just a bit low on the wide outside. She's the back marker.
Because it's early on.
Is last but one. So they race now on towards the two fences.
Yeah, you know, it's worth going in for, but I think I just missed the opportunity. There's a lot of money sitting there now.
Jacobs still out in front to
Front,
Maid
unfortunately.
and then Ellie May on the inside. Scarlet and Dove followed by Vienna Court. Then Pink Legend, Concertista and Mount Ida. Again, just spend a little
hang on for a
time
minute
in the air
in case we get a similar thing happening again.
In a circuit's time. And Zambella measures that one well. And they're now setting out on their final circuit. And it is Zambella who leads the field in the Mrs. Paddy Power Mare's Chase. Zambella now by about a length and a half. To Maid O'Malley, who races in second position. Ellie May on the inside of Scarlet and Dove in third and fourth. And then in fifth place is Pink Legend, followed by Vienna Court on the inside.
The movement is still pretty slow. It's not like up and down constantly.
Ridden very patiently early by Paul Townend, and the back marker out wide is Mount Ida and Davy Russell.
So we're just approaching halfway through this race.
Will have a lead of a couple
so if we do get matched, there's a long way to go. I'm in it there. I'm looking to drop in the price slightly because there's no money beneath me for a few ticks, but it's a good crossover point, so the price might sit there anyway. You can see that this doesn't move much from
there's
the
only
pause.
a length between them as they crossed over.
Another quick look what Zambelli's doing.
Did not impress at the back of the field. Spent a long time in the air.
There's movement here as well.
They go now over the first of two open ditches. Zambella jumped that one well, the leader. Now she's got a lead of a couple of lengths again over Maid O'Malley. And then Ellie May on the inside of Scarlet and Dove. Vienna Court, followed by Pink Legend as they go over another plain one. A mistake there by Concertista on the inside.
Cancelled that off
trailed her hind legs through
because I see money coming in, and I knew there was a mistake there, and I thought the mistake might help the
still she's in front of Mount Ida
Zambella front runner. So that's why I cancelled that off. I think I was right to do so.
In second, Maid O'Malley. And now they climb right to the top of the hill. The leading Joe have a break of 4 lengths over Ellie May on the inside of Scarlet and Dove. And then Pink Legend out wide of Vienna Court as they get over another plain fence. Concertista right there on the inside. And Mount Ida is still the back marker. So they take the turn at the top of the hill. And now they face up to the fourth from home, and Maid O'Malley now eyeballs Zambella as they take 4 out.
I'm out of here, man.
3 lengths over in third position, Scarlet and Dove, Ellie May, then Vienna Court, who is creeping into contention. Around that one's outside.
So now this markets are moving how I like them, but
is Concertista. She's still got
we're getting towards the danger zone.
On the leading duo, Mount Ida appears to be struggling out wide as they cross over the third from home, and it was Maid O'Malley on the inside. Concertista, a mistake on the inner there. Over the third from home, and now pushed along by Paul Townend as they begin to make the turn in, and they're bunching up in front. Zambella coming back for more on the inside of Maid O'Malley, and then Scarlet and Dove right on their heels now in third position. Ellie May is in fourth, and then Pink Legend on the outside. Concertista looking for a little bit of racing room. It's all very close quarters as they are prepared to rise.
So quick
at the
there,
from home. Scarlet and Dove in the centre.
and that's all I'm
Maid
prepared to
O'Malley
do.
is down.
Too late now.
Was Vienna Court, and it is now Scarlet and Dove.
It's not unreasonable for Zambella to come back and win, and it's just too dangerous to go any later. Still a bit late for my liking, but
so too is Pink Legend. 4 mares in line with a furlong to go on the flat. Pink Legend on the near side with Ellie May. Scarlet and Dove, and then Zambella. Another 100 yards to go. Ellie May now has her grey head in front. Second in the race last year. This year she wins the mares.
Market suspended.
Second between Scarlet and Dove on the far side. On the near side that was Pink Legend, and then back in fourth place came Zambella.
So yeah, just one trade through. It was a bit late for, like I say, a bit late for my tastes. I'd like to be out by 20%. I could see there was a lot of action going on, so even if Zambella had won, I thought the price would be bounced around as it did. But certainly after we got matched, I didn't want to be any longer. I was even just thinking about considering lowering the price because I went for 12.6. 12.6 is quite a reasonable profit. £10.88 profit off a £50 stake. Obviously the liability was quite high though. Right, one race left. I'm going to have a look at the other races going on at and Fakenham in the meantime too. So we have the final race of the Cheltenham Festival. It's day 4, 5:30, 2 mile, 4 furlong, handicap hurdle. Liquidity just below 3 million pre-race. I expect this to be similar to the other ones. There might be a little bit of more movement in the markets with probably lower liquidity in play, less money waiting, just because the TV coverage is finished on ITV. So we'll have a little look. I've made a reasonable profit for today, over 100 quid, over 110 quid, nearly 115. Profited on every race at Cheltenham today, which has been unusual. I don't want to try and push it or anything to get something through. It would be nice to get 7 out of 7 today. I say 7 out of 7. One of them was only £1. The Gold Cup was only £1 or something, but you know, it's a mental thing. But I don't want to push myself for pennies or to try and say, right, I want to earn 115 today or whatever. This is probably the last race of the day I'll trade. There are a couple of evening meetings at Newcastle, and it's a Friday, so I assume Dundalk, so I don't trade Dundalk anyway. It's not, that's unusual. Wolverhampton, Newcastle. Strange not to see a Dundalk on a Friday evening. But whether I look at those, it will be a case of only longer ones, possibly at, either at track, I suppose, or alternatively, it might be on a lay and low strategy. But we'll have a little look to see what we can achieve in this race as soon as they get started.
And it's just getting louder and louder. Looks as though they're going to trot one up here, may have got a kick. They're trotting up number 13, Chemical Energy has been trotted up. The vet is having a look at Chemical Energy number 13.
So we have a hold up here. This is going to keep all the staff from going home on time. Those that are desperate to get out and get home on a Friday evening are going to be a little bit upset. Those working behind the bars and
still circling down at the starting point.
They absolutely hold 8 hold ups in the last race.
The flag is raised.
Here we go. For the last time in 2022.
And they've all got very close. The tape, silver sheen again in the green.
When we get off.
Is right on top of the tape. Quinta Dumar is also on top of the tape. Turning on the outside is Bambridge. And they have been asked to all turn and just walk in one more time.
Yeah, all the staff are going to be shouting, get on with it, I want to go home.
Straightening up now. Flag raised, and they're off for the
Market suspended.
Handicap hurdle, the finale race of
Market
the festival.
in
and
play.
A very short run to the first flight decimation on the
have a little
outside
look.
of Big's Belief. Those are the first two. Ridden into the second flight, Quinta
And my first thought is, look, these markets are quite thin.
Already over the second
but I suppose you expect that because there's so many runners.
Two have gone at that flight, and now they make the run,
Favourites
which will bring
gone.
them down. And
Put it back in.
Langadan is down. Langadan is down at flight number 2, and also down is Grand Jury. So Langadan and Grand Jury have gone at flight number 2.
Ogly doggly.
So the well-backed favourite is out of the Martin Pipe very early, and now they have a long run before they cross over the next flight of hurdles. The leader
reset all the ladders, everything's in order now.
Inside, Quinta Dumar racing in
so again, these markets are buttered up. Bit of movement on this runner, but it's in the wrong direction for me.
Then the very man is in 5th, and Freedom to Dream on the inside as they cross over flight number 3.
Look, empty gaps in the market, still not moving, bouncing around up and down.
Lucky Max was pushed
you see these on other markets, and the price would be jumping up and down.
Party business on this long run now before they cross over the flight.
But it's the money coming in and the white numbers that's holding the price up.
And Big's Belief, who have got the lead over Quinta Dumar, who raced in 2nd and Decimation in 3rd. Bambridge on the outside is in 4th position. And then Adamantly Chosen is racing in 5th alongside the very man. And then Ufleron, who races on the inside alongside
too much money on the backside for me to get involved just yet.
Who's
I am thinking.
Inside, together with I Like the Way You're Thinking.
There's a very long way to go, bear in mind. So
into the race by He's a Hardy Bloke, who's racing racing
far
in
can it keep
midfield
coming
together
in
with the
by?
likes of IA Connect as they rise at the flight, which were the last of the circuit's time. Decimation is down. Decimation has gone. Lucky
Oh,
Max
how many
is
come
down
down
as
then?
well. Lucky Max hampered on seat of the rider. Decimation was the faller at flight number
Right.
4. So now they make the run up the hill, and it's
I
Big's
see some
Belief
gaps in the
clear
market here.
of trouble. He's clear by 2 lengths to Quinta Dumar, who raced in second, and Bambridge is in third place.
It was moving around a bit, but it's not now. So I'm just looking for a big bet to come in, pick me up, and it's a sort of bounce back to where it should be.
Now into the back straight at the moment. Perfect Attitude is one of those who's towards the rear of the field. Also being weighted with out the back of the pack is Silver Sheen, who's towards the inside. Another one with plenty more in front than behind as they go over the first flight taken down the back straight. Or the leaders jumped that one well enough, and still the leader is Big's Belief. Big's Belief has the lead.
Can I cancel that off because it's just creeping down, it's not bouncing. I like the look of this market better. What's Bambridge doing?
On the heels that leading group as they crossed over that next flight of hurdles. The Gopher was very slow over that flight. Silver Sheen is struggling right at the back of the field. Also Perfect Attitude is still towards the rear as they go over the next flight as they now begin the climb.
Not keen because there's no movement again. It was moving just now.
And it's Big's Belief who has still got the lead. There are loose horses wandering in front of the field now. Bambridge has come through to take second. Adamantly Chosen is in third. On the outside, Chemical Energy has now taken fourth position. Out wide, Cobbler's Dream is making ground. Quinta Dumar is being hampered by a loose horse, with Fleuron staying on the outside of Freedom to Dream, and they are about to take the next flight of hurdles, which may be the second last flight as they now begin to make the run towards the top of the hill. They're entering the final 5 furlongs.
I'm out of here, man.
About to swing down the hill, and Big's Belief still leads the field in the Martin Pipe. Big's Belief up against the inside rail has got the lead to Bambridge, who now races in second place. Adamantly Chosen is in third. Towards the outside, Chemical Energy is in fourth. Quinta Dumar on the inside
that's what you
is
want.
in fifth. Cobbler's Dream
If we can close it off for a 10, and that would be nice. Will it come back in?
Who's making ground out a little bit wide. He's followed
get it
into
out.
the race by Perfect
There's a few quid
Attitude,
difference
who
there,
also
so
now begins to improve. Towards the inside and pushed along is Freedom
I'm
to
outta
Dream
here,
to try
man.
and hold his position as they're bunching up, and they're taking what will maybe be the second last. I think they've cleared the final flight. So out wide, it's Adamantly Chosen, who's travelled well around the outside of Bambridge. On the inside, Quinta Dumar, and also
now if we get
Cobbler's
matched,
Dream.
that will be the last
Doctor.
trade.
Chemical Energy as they make the turn
Close
in.
to it then.
Herbier is now beginning to pick up. He's on the heels of the leading
Novice,
group
come
as
on.
well. The cheek pieces over on the far side. They're racing down towards the final flight. Bambridge in the centre together with Cobbler's Dream. These are now the first two.
And we're out, and that's me done. £18. One of the biggest profits of the festival for me.
Next in the field as they prepare to rise.
Certainly too late to trade now. We're in that red zone. Good luck to the winner.
Cobbler's Dream and Bambridge will be the first two. They're in the air together. It's now Bambridge on the near side. Cobbler's Dream over on the far side. They're now 3 lengths clear of a staying on Freedom to Dream. 100 yards to go. Bambridge out in front.
Go on, Bambridge.
Sweep on the Friday for Ireland.
Market
Bambridge wins
suspended.
at the Madonna with a punch of the air. In second place came Cobbler's Dream, and they were followed home by Hollow Games and also Freedom to Dream. But it is 7 out of 7 on the Friday for Ireland. The final score: Ireland 18, Great Britain 10.
Okay, so yeah, that was quite an interesting race. I've got a few opportunities in it, and you can see what I mean about timing and trading late. I had to go a little bit into the red zone on these, but longer races you can get away with a little bit more. You certainly wouldn't want to do it on a 1 mile 4 furlong race, for example. But you can see we got in and out of the market, matched both sides of the book, got out at 8.2 before the market really hotted up and Bambridge went on to win it. So had we been in too late on that, we would have got absolutely stuffed. Timing is everything when you're trading. So that's me done for the festival. I'll show the results shortly once they've all come in, and you can see how I've been doing today and elsewhere, and we'll have a look at what the final conclusion is on the Cheltenham Festival for my style of trading. So Cheltenham Festival is over. Let's have a look at the results, firstly for today, and a summary for the entire festival. So I'll just pull up the results for today. I've done £132.72 profit today. You can see I've had 100% success rate. No losing trades, makes a big difference. I traded all 7 races at Cheltenham today. Made a small profit on all of them, lowest being 90 pence and the highest being the last race at 5:30 of £17.91. To me, looking at the results, it's no surprise that the biggest profits at Cheltenham are this one here, 10.88, and the final one there. It's no surprise that they are, because TV coverage has finished at that point, and I think that there's been too much liquidity, too much money waiting in the markets for me to really have the opportunity to make money. If you look at the smaller meetings that have gone on today, I've done far better at, it looks like I've done far better at Doncaster and Fakenham, which is not really what you kind of expect. But let's have a look at it at the spreadsheet, because you can see the figures a lot easier. Now, I've already downloaded it to save time, so you don't have to wait for me to do that. So if we close this down, and I'll open up the spreadsheet I've loaded the data into. So first of all, let's look at it on a daily basis. So we're looking from Tuesday onwards, £91 on Tuesday, £36.76 on Wednesday, £90 yesterday on Thursday, and £132.72 today. Today I've had 100%, hence why the profits are up. Tuesday I also had 100%, hence the profits up. On Thursday, I had some running low strategies running that day. Couldn't see, I only saw one today, by the way, which was off camera, and that opportunity was about 15 ticks shy of me. I was getting for something like 2.6, and I think the market dropped down to about 3.5 or something like that. So I was just a bit too greedy on where I'll put the lay in. But I expect bigger losses when I'm running that strategy. It is part of the strategy, if that makes sense. So that doesn't concern me. Now, if we just look at the actual days, so we're on the 18th, 17th, 16th, and 15th for this week. So on the jump racing on Thursday, start again. On the jump racing on Tuesday and Wednesday, I've had both losses. So you can see I've literally, we look at Cheltenham for that day, you can see £111.48 loss. Now, I'm not concerned about that one, because the lay-in low strategy has a high variance, and I expect to get big losses. So I had a loss of £128.01 there. I'm not really including that in my figures, because I expect it's accounted for in other figures. So where I've also run the lay-in low strategy, which was at Hexham, you can see I had an £84 profit there, and there was another one, one or two on the flats, another two on the flats I had as well for a £73 profit and a 63.94. So that strategy, if you like, I actually think I ran it. What we got there? We got 1, 2, 3, 4 attempts there. I think there were two more, if I recall, where I didn't get matched. One where the horse just didn't perform well at all, and another one where it performed well but not quite good enough. It sort of came down just below me like the one today. So that kind of loss is written into those figures, if that makes sense. So I'm not too concerned about that. What I am concerned about, however, is the smaller loss I actually had, which would have been on the 6th, which was £97.83. Now that one there is just purely down to poor trading. I'll be honest about that. I put my hands up to it. I traded the race badly. I was tired, and that caused it. But I think what also caused it as well is the fact that the markets I wasn't getting matched as quickly as I thought I would do on my exit. So before I had that loss, I got part of my stake out twice, but only a small percentage of it on getting actually hit 2 times. If you see that video, I also traded too late. Ignored the race timer, which is how I make my profits, by trading at the right times. It's key to me, and ignoring that out of tiredness, I think, really. The problem with Cheltenham, looking at it overall, looking back at the whole festival overall, the problem for me is there's just too much money in the market waiting, which stops the movement, if you like. The markets aren't moving around enough for me to get out my sort of 4 ticks upwards, which I like to get per race. So for that reason, it's caused me issues. I've only had a very small window to trade in, and sometimes the market's just buttoned up. the back and lay side are buttered totally up until you get to almost the finish of the race. You've got a very small amount of time, and then you're getting into that what I call danger zone, the last 20% of the race, where you shouldn't be still in with the type of trades that I do. That's just suicide. So a small window of opportunity is how I see it. Overall, for the week, I'm pretty happy with what I've actually achieved, apart from that £90 loss. If you look at the totals for the week, it's a £350.75 profit in total. I've had £639.93 in profits and £289.18 in losses. So it's not too bad, and I will be trading tomorrow, which is Saturday as well. So, you know, it's a reasonably good week as far as I'm concerned. So, but for me, Cheltenham is just not the answer. I enjoyed the festival more than what I actually watching it than what I have actually trading it. I'll show you something else as well while we're here. There's lots of things you can do with the spreadsheet. If you haven't got it, I highly recommend you get a copy. My averages at the moment have severely dropped with the winter period. So you can see £5.81 I'm averaging per market at the moment that I trade. So that includes all my losses, all my profits, and all my scratch trades. £5.81 I'm averaging for every market. Now that's actually dropped down from £6.80 that was a little while back. I think the reason for that is weaker markets in winter, and you can see like I've had quite a high amount of losses compared to profits. £603 there out of in losses, where that was £1,000 total profits, obviously bringing in just over 400 quid at that time, which is quite a lot, and it's bringing my average down. But I expect that to shoot back up over summer. This is quite an interesting chart to look at here as well. You can see what I've been making on an hourly basis. Now, if we look at the afternoon, the daytime racing, we're up to 5 o'clock. Those figures are a little bit low at the moment. It's no surprise that I make more money sort of around that 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock time, £6.20 there, because that's obviously when the feature races tend to be. If you look at these higher profits here per hour, that's where I'm running the lane low strategy more. That's because I do that more on the shorter flat races, on the all-weather tracks and so on. So I'm no surprise, but I've got more money there per market. But also you need to consider I have a lot of variance on that as well, just like that £120 loss at Cheltenham. So yeah, all in all, not a bad week. Not great at Cheltenham. Cheltenham for me is more of a spectator sport. I'll be looking forward to now it's all over. Looking forward to trading tomorrow to actually make some money. But I have enjoyed watching it. I enjoyed watching Blackmore win the Gold Cup. That's good for lady jockeys out there. So all good stuff. And I think profits will continue to grow as we move forward. Now we're going to be hitting the sort of flat racing season. Will be coming up soon. A lot of people say to me, "Do you not find with the short races you can't trade so much?" It's very true. There's going to be less races for me to trade per day, but they're going to be better quality. So I'm actually going to make more money for doing less work. I look at it like that way. And you can see at the moment what I've been making recently throughout the jumps is steadily going up, but so is the flat as well, and it will just take over more, and this will level out more as we get into the summer months. So I'm looking forward to that. If you've not been trading for over a year, beware. There's normally a little bit of a lull after Cheltenham Festival for a couple of weeks before we really start get going again. So just be aware of that if you're using bigger stakes. Other than that, don't forget to hit like, subscribe. If you want a copy of this spreadsheet, there is a link in the description. If you need a copy of the race timer, just drop me an email and I will get back to you with details and so on how you can get a copy of that. Other than that, best of luck in the markets and bye for now.
Introducing Geeks Toy trading software, the fastest, most customizable and most popular software for betting and trading on Betfair and BetDAQ. Designed by professional traders for you. Key features include unlimited desktop settings and the ability to create custom profiles to suit every user's needs. Unbeatable speed, real-time prices and one-click betting. Unique management of multiple markets. You can bet or trade on multiple sporting events simultaneously. Support for 8 languages. context-driven help on every window. Dartching and bookmaking, training mode, advanced charting, enhanced navigation, support for Betfair coupons, stop loss and more. Geeks Toy, possibly the best Betfair and BetDAC trading software in the world.